Yes, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. There's a report today in the Sunday Express about the lack of experience of prison staff. Apparently there's been some research asking inmates, serving inmates, what they actually thought about the prison staff. There's a thought, yeah. Well, the general consensus of opinion from the inmates seemed to be that the prison staff were vastly unexperienced, lacked any expertise in the job, did not understand the actual law, and were just generally too light, too gentle, too friendly. They said what was needed was some ex-military types who went in there, who knew what they were doing and could handle themselves, because these new recruits just can't do it. Well, that's a theme that I've been banging on about for quite some time now, that it's pointless putting a 23-year-old university graduate female who weighs about 110 pounds and is 5'2" in charge of a wing at Strangeways, because they're going to get manipulated. Not only are they going to get manipulated, in the event of trouble, they're about as much use as a chocolate fireguard. You know, they're going to be it's pointless having them there. And also the inmates said that a lot of the staff were trying to be too friendly. That's not what they're expecting, you see. Inmates in their 50s and 60s do not take kindly to a 20-year-old blonde locking them up. I don't like it. So all the inmates, generally the consensus was, get the ex-military men back in. That's what they need. Well, I was ex-military. I was an NCO in the British Army. Used to giving direct orders. Because as an NCO, that's what you do. You don't mess about saying, would you like to do this? Or can I persuade you to... Don't say things like that. You say, right, pick that up and do that. Get this done. You don't mean maybe, you know. Because that's how you go to war, you know. See that trench over there? We're going to storm it now. Pick your gun up and run. Would you like to do that? No, I wouldn't, actually. No, I don't think I would like to do that, but thank you for asking. You don't have none of that nonsense. It's a case of go for it. So, and it also said in this report, look in the Sunday Express today, that 29%, that's nearly a third of the workforce in the prisons, had less than 3 years' experience. Goodness me. It's really a case of the blind leading the blind there. Takes quite a long time to get to know how to deal with situations and how to understand the rights and how to get inmates to do exactly what you say. Because if you've no experience of it, how can you have any experience of being in charge of people if you've spent all your time in school? And the government seem to think, oh, well, we will recruit graduates, like graduates into the police. Do you know that for 2 years you had to have a university degree to get into the police? They've scrapped all that now, because it was proving that these people with degrees out on the streets didn't have a bloody clue. I mean, basically, you need somebody who's got a bit of a firm mindset, you know, that they know exactly where they are. They're rooted in, they've got some background, they've experienced life. And let me tell you this, in the British Army, if you can't do it, then you're not an NCO. Yeah, you're just not. When I was in the army, brand new NCOs used to come to me and say, well, how do you do it? So I used to do little tutorials to enable them to give direct orders. because they're not, because they're very clever people, some of them, like surveyors and all the rest of it, and drill instructors, but on the weapons, not on marching up and down. So a number of them used to come to me and say, "How do you do it?" Because I had a big voice and everybody did what I said. It's fairly straightforward to me. You do that. And I mind you, once or twice I had to lay my hands on people, which is not strictly within the letter of the law. But then again, in the British Army, you've got to be a bit mad. I think you have. Otherwise, nobody's going to take you seriously, are they? It's like them loonies in the SAS. I did a course with the SAS once. I mean, I know everybody who's been in the army says I was with it, but I really was. They nearly bloody killed me. What was it called? Snow Queen, the training I did with them. In the Harz Mountains. It was winter warfare. How to survive in winter warfare? In battles in the -20. It was -20 in the Harz Mountains. So they dropped us off in the middle of the mountain, give us a map and a compass, and that's where you got to go from here to there. It was about 15 kilometres away. We'll see you there tomorrow. But it was up a mountain, down a mountain, up another mountain. You couldn't go around it. It was all mountain, So we got there. One of my mates threw himself on the floor, pretending to have a heart attack. We had to get him Cassie-vac'd out. I sent a Land Rover and picked him up. I said to him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm having a heart attack." He wasn't having a heart attack, he just couldn't face it. It was bloody -20 and we got packs on our backs and we're marching through the mountains. Anyway, we finally gets to the other side and they took us back to camp and all the rest of it. And I said, "This is supposed to be teaching us how to survive in winter warfare, Where's the teaching?" He said, "Did you survive?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm here, aren't I?" So there you are. He said, "Now you know how to survive in winter warfare." Hey, well, they're maniacs. It was bloody -20. I was freezing. I thought I was going to die. It was that cold. And at the end of the course, we started off with about 100. About 18 of us left. People had broken their arms, broken their legs, fallen down mountainsides. Oh God, it was. They wouldn't allow it today. We're going back 50 odd years now. They would not allow it today. And at the end of the course, he said, this bloody giant man, SAS Sergeant Major, comes. He had shirt sleeves on. His sleeves were rolled up. He had an open neck shirt, and it was -20 degrees in the frost. Yeah, and he come round our group. We were all freezing, and he said, "Right, you lot," he said, well done, you've passed this. We'll see you in about a month's time." I thought, "See this? That's the last time you'll see this. I'm not going back. I won't go and doing that." You have to be mad, but it's that kind of bloke that you need in the prison service. You need people who are just slightly strange. There are about 3 or 4 ex-SAS officers, army men in the prison service at Wormwood Scrubs when I was there. They didn't mess about. Nobody questioned them. I mean, at your own peril did you do that. That was staff as well as bloody prisoners. But you don't have these kind of people in the prison service anymore. You got pussies. Would you like to go in your cell? Can you not get that channel? Let me help you get that channel. What about your Xbox? Oh, it's not working. Well, we'll get a new Xbox for you. Don't worry. I'll put that on order. Yeah? Oh, God. When I was there, well, you had to apply to have a radio. Anyway, that's what's in the Sunday Express today. They're saying that prison staff, and also there are about 1,500 prison officers light of the total. They're shy 1,500 prison officers. Yeah, they can't recruit. Say it's low pay, low morale. I wonder why. I wonder why they can't recruit. I mean, if you can get more money for stacking shelves at Tesco than you can for marching around the landings in Strangeways, what you gonna do, lads? Ding dong ding. It's the song dinger. I'll sing you one of an Elvis song, yeah? A little bit, and then I'll read you one of my poems. Don't feel that way each time that I hold you this way. When the night is cold and I want to hold you, baby, don't say don't. Hey, even I know that's terrible. I'm going to read you a poem now. This is actually about my brother, who for a short period of time in his service with the police was a sergeant in the mounted police. He used to tell me he had a great big club, a big baton, and when he was doing the football patrols at Manchester United and Manchester City, if the spectators got in his way, he used to bash them with this club. Imagine that. Bloody great bloke on a horse with a big club bush, eh? Anyway, this is a poem I wrote for him. It's called Dusty's Last Ride by John G. Sutton. I'll read it in a slightly Manchester accent. He was Manchester mounted. They called him Dusty Crutch. His horse was off a milk float. It wasn't up to much. Ernie used to own it. Trigger was its name. They rode the streets of Salford. Crime busting was their game. Manchester was swinging. The lads were getting pissed. Wop Popalula boomed from the Ritz. United lost to Bolton. City bit the dust. Trouble in the sunset for the man that we all trust. They were running down Oxford Street, bellies full of beer. The ladies dived for cover as the hooligans cheered. Dusty on trigger reached for his club. The adrenaline pumped in his true blue blood. Flipped back the peak of his 10-gallon hat. Then he galloped at the yobbles and gave 'em lots of that. They say he died in glory and made the mob pay, but the Manchester mounted met his end that day. Now when the moon is shining on Saturday nights and the gangs are gathering for a battle or a fight, some say they see a phantom riding on his steer with a 10-gallon hat and a 6-inch sneer. The hooligans who see him kick trouble into touch. They're all scared shitless by the ghost of Dusty Crutch. Dusty's Last Ride by John G. Sutton. Do like and subscribe, and don't forget to get my book, folks. It's out there on Amazon.